This is Ken with ViodiTV. We're at the Connections 2012 Summit, and we're with Russ Schafer of Yahoo and the Connected Yahoo, the TV group. Why don't you tell us what you guys are doing in the way of connected TV?
So Yahoo Connected TV has been around since 2009. We're on over 8 million devices in consumers' homes, and over 3 million of those are connected, and well over 1.5 million of those are used on a monthly basis. So we've been in the business for a long time. We're in 135 countries, so we understand the differences between the U.S. market and other geographies. We have some new exciting capabilities we released this year. One is called Broadcast Interactivity, which detects what you're watching and then finds the app content that might be relevant and surfaces that and provides the ability to interact with that right there on the spot. So it solves a real discovery and engagement issue that is challenging for a lot of app platforms out there today, especially on television. So you look at what you're watching and then provide related content. And that relates to TV shows and advertisements, which is again another big area that's not been solved up to this point, which is how do you provide related content to an advertisement. So we solve that as well. Some of our big partners to date are Showtime for sports, HSN for shopping. Okay. Some of the advertisers that have rolled out with us, Fidelity, Mercedes-Benz. We did a program around the NCAA tournament and a sponsorship across all 4 screens. That would be PC, tablet, phone, and then television with Mercedes-Benz. Others were Mattel. Ford has also been a partner of ours in this area, Sony, and then Toyota actually is one of our first in-app advertisers, which is another program we rolled out as well, which is to provide advertisements inside applications and allow people to engage with advertiser content.
So on these, you're starting to build up a base. So with 1.5 million users that are regularly using the service and 3 million that are out there in an ever-growing base. The advertisers, how have they adapted to this world? Are they creating different creative for the different screens, and do they have different offers targeted at the different kinds of viewers? What are they doing?
So advertisers are really looking at this as a way to reach people on a consistent basis across whatever device they may have to pick up and consume content. So for Mercedes-Benz and the NCAA tournament for basketball, it was across both the PC, the tablet, and the phone and the TV, focusing on their C-Class series and the promotions around that, including both video content, their actual TV advertisements, and related information around those products, those automobiles. To allow people, no matter what screen they're on, to get that content. So it helps to remind the consumer about the product across whatever screen they may have, which helps engage them and understand what the value proposition is, and then potentially go test drive the car, which is hopefully the result.
And have you seen, you don't have to talk about that one specifically, but as far as calls to action and things like that, are you actually seeing the purchase cycle, or at least some portion of the purchase cycle happen? So
depending on what the objective of the advertiser, the call to actions will be different. So for example, for Fidelity, their whole opportunity was to show people what they could do from a technology perspective to help the individual investor who does invest in 401k plans, and then through their new iPad app, give them a range of tools that are available. So in program with us, when their Fidelity commercial came on, they prompt the consumers to download the iPad app, to get a tour of it, and then to actually download that with a QR code right there on their phone, right there on the spot. They could take their phone to their TV, show it the QR code, boom, downloads the app. So instant payoff, instant delivery, instant call to action, and that was pretty effective.
And that's interesting. So people actually, grabbed their phone or iPad and did one of those to the TV set?
Yeah, that's what their program was about, and that consumers to do that. So it's more a matter of what's the easiest way to do that. One of the other things we're rolling out this year is the ability to actually pair tablets and phones to your TV. So you can actually make that connection even easier, where you can send a message to the tablet or phone, do you want to download this iPad application, and then allow them to automatically do that. So that's called device communication. A couple weeks ago, we had our developer forum. We released a new version of our app development kit, version 1.3, that has the ability for device communication to pair any tablet or any phone app to a television that has Yahoo Connected TV. Now, the interesting thing as well is we released a mobile app version of that on Android to show people what the power of the platform was as far as pairing. You can actually look at content on applications that are on the television, play video back and forth. You can actually enter text and comments, navigate using swipes and gestures, all the great things that you have in tablets and phones with our platform.
So effectively what you're doing is extending the screen, but also extending it in a personal way too, so you don't have to have that ad or that call to action necessarily on the screen, everyone's screen in that room.
Exactly. So any device can have a different bit of content that's related to the application that's being played or the actual show or advertisement that's being watched. So you can direct content, you can send web pages to specific devices so people can get more information. You could actually be playing an engaging game with everyone in the living room with a different device. Only the people that have the relevant question get the information, then all the results are shown on the screen. Okay. So all kinds of exciting things like that where you can, since utilize the devices, whatever's most convenient, whatever the consumer chooses to use to interact with, and since and put the content to the device that's most appropriate. So you can take advantage of the gestures and navigation and take advantage of the big beautiful screen for viewing.
So do you see your system, which is, I understand, open source now, do you see it going out in other platforms soon? So, set-tops or whatever it might be.
So our device communication was open source, the libraries for Android, make it easy for anybody to take the code and get it embedded in any application to connect to our platform. So that was the reason for the open source. So we expect other platforms potentially to have probably similar capabilities.
So it could live on anything with an Android OS then?
Yeah, but right now it's focused on our platform. So connecting any mobile app, so that's kind of the open ecosystem part of it. So any app can connect to our platform. Okay. And we have a pairing capability for doing that. So there's a 4-digit code that pairs the devices together. And then you can have IP messaging back and forth, send web pages back and forth, send content back and forth. So it just opens the floodgates for all kinds of different applications. And the open source part allows people to sort of take it and utilize it for their app, whatever their app does, and not have sort of a fixed way for implementation, but just make sure they handle the basics of discovery and pairing, and then all the types of applications they're interested in doing, the floodgate is open. They can do what they would like to do.
Interesting. WordPress app yet?
No WordPress yet. No, kind of things that are more visual and video based. So all our applications, we have almost over 200 applications on our platform. They vary from TV show content to movies on demand to Facebook to Twitter to eBay, all the kind of common applications people are doing in the living room, because over 70% of people actually co-browse while they're watching TV. So we're trying to address that user behavior, providing them access to all the apps they would actually get into while they're watching TV.
Yeah, and so the co-browse, so that means it's his and hers iPads and watching the same screen on the TV, is that?
Sure. I mean, if they can, in a sense, like I mentioned before, sort of have their own bit of content on their tablet or phone device and then share what they want to share, whether it's a video or a photo on the big public screen in front of everybody. So if they want to have their social conversation on Facebook or chat with their friends and then only share things that might be funny or interesting that everybody wants to see, then you can kind of have that kind of user experience.
And again, the app, back to the in advertising app, I think you called it, or in-app advertising. Do you see that as being part of this then, as far as it would be in the apps in those devices?
Yeah, so the user experience is whatever the tablet or phone experience is going to be on those devices for that partner or that application, whatever it might be. And then on the TV, we have ways of standardizing ad applications on there. So we have a menu space for that, kind of a standard banner ad, and then from there you can click to play a video, you can click to get more information, you can click to send information to your phone, whatever it is you want the call to action to be, that's all enabled through the TV app and just messages to whatever device you want to have the content played on.
Is it also in-stream advertising as well in the video itself?
Video, yeah, we've had video in-stream advertising for a while, so it's normally built into whatever the video stream is. It's kind of a playlist approach. Yeah. So that's been around for a while, and we do that. We see that a lot with third-party applications as well as Yahoo applications. A lot of our, we have over 35 Yahoo original programs, which actually stream over 34 million uniques a month, which is actually more than Netflix and Hulu, which people are surprised at. But Yahoo has a big original programming lineup. We have 21 of the top 25 shows on the internet today. So we do a huge amount of video streaming, and through that, there's some advertisements that are included. And
so this also gives Yahoo a channel, I suppose, for those streams.
Exactly. So it's a great platform to distribute our own original content, because we do have, or portal, we have content from every partner you can think of, and all the different countries we serve. So it allows us a distribution channel to get that out to consumers, whether it be on a TV, a phone, or a tablet.
Well, Russ, I appreciate the update and look forward to continued success with this.
Great. Thanks a lot.
Thanks.
Appreciate your time.
Likewise. Take care.